The spirit of a painting hovers where...
All important level up, which gave us pretty much nothing. There's no way we're gonna get 4 additional millions. So what do we want? Air of the Earth is pointless. Hydrosop is probably the skill that we use the next. Pyrokinetic has sort of been ignored at this point. I'm sort of still leaning maybe to Warfare, and Hydrosophists I suppose would be the other option. Warfare doesn't really do us much. However, it is it multiplies damage on physical. Hydrosophist does the same though. Oh, actually I'm not sure if it does. Warfare definitely does. I'll take the Hydrosophist. The Air of the Earth and Hydrosophist are the things I'm using the most. We don't particularly give two shits about memory slots, and we got a free one again. Not sure what to put in there. Be some sort of an earth attack. We have them in scroll forms, but we don't have really all that much poison attack, for example. We just don't have the scrolls for it. I think you need some kind of a low level essence for it. We just don't have those anymore. Right. Can't take more damage, so it has to be wits. Critical hit chance 92%, 94, 96. Initiative of 70. Actually, if I use this, it should get critical hit chance to 100, right? Yeah, 107% now. Initiative 81. And if I use a wits potion, that'll do it too, just the same. We don't really have to rely on this ability. It just boosts other things too. So basically 100% critical chance on spells. Do we have those in scroll form? I know we do, but how many? 11. Yeah, reasonable amount.
What's this? I found something.
You did. Responsibility. Ruvola. +5 intelligence, constitution 2, wits 2, resistances, summoning +2, hit points reflect melee damage. Slotted. It is weaker armor. Current armor has, let's say, 5 points in useful stuff. The new armor would have 7. In a little bit of a different place, we would get natural 100% critical hit chance on spells and some extra spell damage through intelligence. We would lose 5% advantages in Geomancer, Air of the Earth, Pyrokinetic, and 10% in Warfare. +2 finesse is irrelevant. However, +8 in intelligence total instead of +3. And the guaranteed critical hits on spells. Extra constitution and hit points isn't exactly a horrible thing, or the resistances, but they're not particularly useful either. And our armor will go down. However, it's guaranteed critical hits and more damage in general. Yeah, I think I'll actually do a switch. Our intelligence is 58 currently. 60. So 10% extra from intelligence attacks. And 63. Right. Critical chance 98%. 265% extra damage from intellect-based attacks and skills. Plus 19 from gear. Realistically, we could add one extra one. The initiative from this isn't that important anymore. The 3 memory isn't that important. The 15% critical is nice, but I would honestly prefer more. So anything that has at least 15% critical chance and anything adding to intelligence would be better than the Eternal Stormblade as far as I'm concerned. How do you open this? Not sure I want to kill Wendigo. But we saved him once, not sure why I would want to do it again.
Wendigo lies on.
The God
Let's see what
King's
the other
power
option
came
is.
for the sworn a shrine to the God King. Lord Kemm's holy refuge. And, it seems, my tomb. There may be another. If you find a Swornbreaker sign.
Play skin. Initiative plus 6. Polymorph, single-handed warfare, constitution, strength, movement, set death wish. So every point of damage we take in our vitality gets transferred to increased damage on our attacks. 10% dodging, reflect 10% of melee damage as physical damage. This would more or less be like the Stormblade, but our critical hit chance would plummet. I do like the Death Wish. We could intentionally drop our vitality at least to some extent. We don't want it to be at a single point though, some attacks always come through. But we could easily get massive damage bonuses through that way.
A dagger of pain shoots through your head. You hear a voice.
Such a long journey you have.
Along.
I saw your ability.
The voice. Only the God King knows the weight of responsibility.
Look.
Lord Ahu.
someone here. He seems to be in great pain.
I think we just need to kill those, if I recall correctly. So nothing too fancy. A little bit of cursed oil here. I'll see if I can just suck them dry from here. I don't recall exactly how the fight goes, but the blasted paladin is gonna pop up, definitely.
No! Don't do it! The pain you can't. He shudders. Leave. He passes out.
Right, we need to kill him from some other position.
The spirit ignores you. Focused the spirit, and then... Stop! Yeah! His face goes slack as the pain renders him senseless. The man does...
Still think it might not be hoplite to heal him. Right.
I can't fight. I'm too weak.
Kemm isn't here yet. I think that's going to change very quickly. Water and air resistance. Not much of it, but still. He's gonna appear somewhere here. These guys are probably melee fighters. Right, I'm not particularly concerned about them. Let's try it this way. How the fuck can I... this is now a bit troublesome. Guess this is blocking my view enough that I can't do exactly what I wanted to do, right? Going to throw this guy to the center too. Hope the Grand Master Paladin appears there eventually.
Keep
Then we can.
Oh,
I didn't know you had so many admirers.
Broke the invisibility. I'm
Come
in
in.
trouble.
I'm sure you...
Windigo.
I found her snooping around my...
Windigo's shattered form recoils as Kemm raises his hand. Kemm pretends not to hear you.
I'd rather spend an eternity floating in void to what...
As you will. Now then, my dear...
Run, you fools!
Fitting.
Why can
Betray as one of Lu... He prom... And now, God-woken. I thought you...
Yeah, they fucked me over. Not only is he going to be able to attack, his two little assistants can act before me too. Which isn't a problem in and of itself, it's the problem that it automatically broke the invisibility that I was relying on to... Arhu is dead. Now what? His spirit may linger. No, I'm not accepting this. The main problem here was I had expectations about how the fight would go that didn't end up happening. So I need to be able to remove at least some of the threats immediately. The fighters would be the easiest ones. I'm not sure if I have the luxury. If they can basically throw master level spells at me, I need to be able to get rid of one of them at least. Be positioning a little bit differently is better. I mean, Lord Kemm isn't gonna be here at the start after all. I need to be able to do something to the both sides. Yeah, I'm just losing my range. Right, say, we need to achieve a lot of things on this turn. I think this warrants our first green tea. Not sure if it's strictly speaking necessary, but I'm not sure why I should take the risk. There's a good chance it might end up being necessary. They're very weak on physical armor, so I could pretty much disable them immediately if I would use scrolls. What options do we have? Grasp of the Star is powerful enough that it could almost kill them outright. 4,000, closer to 5,000 points of physical damage. These will do about 3,000 each, and but it's not enough to take them out. They're equally cheap to use. I do need blood for this though. I'm not sure if I have the range to rain blood on them. Air and water won't work well. Air and water won't work well, but everything else should work just fine. Why I want to use the apotheosis? We might as well get a good use out of that one too. Nice little damage boost. Critical chance 103%. 290% extra medical damage. We could add 22 intelligence to that. It's probably not necessary. Isn't that big of a fight after all? Two down. Earth and fire would work the best. I'm pretty sure I can basically keep them tied down right there where they currently are. I don't need to use anything particularly powerful to attack them. Just thinking, would something like that help? We have a lot of acid spores. We can hit both of them at the same time 3 times, and the acid will do damage, plus the fire will see to the rest. No, I can't. We're exactly in the one wrong place where we can't do this. I don't see how either one can survive this.
I'm sure you...
Wendigo appears in a flash.
I found her snooping around.
Wendigo's shattered form recoils as Kemm protects.
I'd rather...
As you would. Now then.
Run, you fools!
Fitting.
Why?
As one of... And now, God woken.
I cannot...
You were always...
And I start the turn, and apotheosis is still functioning. So how do you want to die? Air and water. Well, that suits me just fine. Just freeze in hell, I guess. Although, if we rain some water on him, he'll die a little bit faster. Like that's gonna make a difference. Not bad. The fight is practically over at this point. I want to do something just for the sake of testing it. Give me Skincraft. No cost to this. More hailstorm. Wasn't that nice? Yeah, there's not much challenge to fighting at this point anymore. Managed to freeze my ass though. We need to suck up everyone's soul.
But you freed
Just to be
me
sure.
instead. The pain I will be to think. Just like you, I presume. You didn't come here by chance, did you? You want to enter the tomb of Lucian, don't you? Well, what people believe about my role, I swore the divine before he died. He arranged for within but to pass the path of blood you must. Have you by any chance met Sand? He helped engineer the path of blood for Lucian. Sanders, but be warned. But I'll be recovering in my chambers and I will answer as best as I can. One design, the others died. Dead bone. The divine worked in mysterious ways, and it was not our. He knew.
Okay stuff. There's nothing particularly interesting again. Where do we go from here? Really, there aren't that many places. It's either the Doctor or the Lizard and Consulate. Those are our options, I think. Both would be sufficiently big for us to...
Windigo's spirit.
He's close, so close. Can't you feel him, Godwoken? The king approaches.
A moment of
He's tearing away my soul, Godwoken. Cast me to the void if you must, but do not let him take me.
Windigo's spirit flutters and writhes. Your skull squeezes tight, and your throat burns with fire. But the substance... Your head shrieks, as if... With a glint in the dark of his eye.
I am sworn to the king, and sworn I remain, Godwoken. I owe you. Ishbel, with or without me, with or without. My aims were... Silence!
Doesn't look good even as potential loot here. Shield is unlikely to have what we want. Two-handed weapons or equipment in general is totally worthless. Still, overall things went fairly well. Our biggest problem is not the fight itself ever, it's the fact that the game might sort of decide it's not our turn to go first. We can add a lot of boost to that though, so we can solve that particular problem. Usually at least. I think I'll choose the Doctor. Near the Doctor are also a lot of small quests that you could wrap up. A lot of fighting in them. Nothing too dangerous, I think. Doctor would be a big fish. I think really the last remaining big fish as far as combat is concerned. Everything else is much easier. Although I have no idea how powerful it is if you weaken him. So he could be a pushover anyway. There's a lot of new gear now on sale, so we'll have to go to that. Every trader pretty much that we know, this is the last chance to get something useful. A one-handed weapon that increases critical hit chance. If it's not level 20 gear, we're not interested. This is level 20. Helmet. Plus 5 wits. Hydrosophist Arrow Surge. So 7 points in total that are somewhat useful. Current one has... yeah, it's a good one. Has 7 too. But it's more spread out. And wits doesn't really give us much anymore. We have the 100% chance of critical hits. The initiative would be welcome. But in exchange I would have to give up damage, and that's not a good trade. I'm looking at level 20 gear. I hate the belts so much. They're so worthless. Probably need to identify some of the gear I do have. Sneak initiative hit points.
Business must be booming for
Terrible.
you, all them broken weapons.
Constitution plus 6.
Still, the paladins.
Paladins don't need them either. They took the weapons.
Strength
off the
and
dead
accuracy.
magisters.
This is a staff, so we're not interested. Not particularly good as a staff. Amulet with no rune slots.
Get yourself geared up.
Bright Spain. When did I switch this? We could... We might have a problem. Positive problem, I guess.
Ugh. This
We have too much wits. 98.
You've got some biting.
Point is, we are using certain item pieces because they have wits. Naturally the initiative is nice, but it doesn't really provide any more damage bonuses. So now the skills are much more valuable, so we might go back to using certain type of gear. Yeah, the Huntsman plus 2 Hydrosophic Geomancer Warfare sounds a lot better than Hydrokinetic and Hydrosophist, when the witch has lost its usefulness. At the same time, it doesn't particularly matter.
Get to it or get moving. It's the busiest day of the year.
It's hard to deny the usefulness of a 100% chance of causing critical hits. Gloves of the Faithful. Yeah, and it is we live or die by the high initiative. That's something always needs to be kept in mind. It is not something optional. It is mandatory thing for survival. I'm unlikely to ever use shield, but if I would, this would be it. Because it has the set death wish. That's more damage will come from death wish than any other source. You can't compete with that. I'm actually somewhat interested in making those as scrolls if we could. Intentionally lower eye vitality to get a massive damage boost. What does Death Wish require? Can we even make it as a scroll? I have no idea how you would make it. We could make living on the edge. You could sort of stagger them, I guess. So you would be impossible to kill, and you would get 99% damage increase. But the reason I sort of don't like that is it's starting to be a lot of work for something that probably isn't gonna get you much. We're not exactly struggling for survival here. So why on earth would I work my butt off to maintain some kind of narrow margin of survival when it's all for nothing anyway? I'm also leaning toward that once we've done this one final equipment check, we're not doing this anymore. We're not even bothering to pick up loot, frankly. I mean, what would be the point? It's not gonna be. It's the chances of it being better is pretty much zero.
What'll it be?
And it takes a lot of time and effort to haul it all over the place. Check it out. See if it might be useful for you.
Business must be booming for you. With broken weapons.
Do they have anything on level
These
20?
magisters don't tend to buy weapons.
Still, paladins.
Paladins don't need them either. They took the weapons off the dead magisters. Some are still good.
Doesn't look like it. Fairly unremarkable loot anyway. Take your water essence and animal scales. But yeah, I think this is more or less what's gonna happen every time I'm gonna hoard for equipment at this point. I'm gonna spend a lot of time going through equipment to even see if it's recently being updated here or not. Latest added. Is this the best one? Yeah, this is the level 20 gear.
Magister's routed! Lord Kemm's paladins back in charge!
Very funny.
I heard that the paladins killed unarmed magisters. Didn't even let them surrender.
Not too loud. What do you think the paladins would do to us if they heard you going on like that?
Arks are still a free city, last time I checked.
I'm not picky. There's bodies in the streets. This place isn't free now.
I'm trying to see if there's anything useful in these. Quite a few okay items.
I heard that the paladins killed unarmed
Nothing
magisters.
truly great.
Didn't even let them surrender.
Not too loud.
Alternatively, the number of bonuses they provide are just outright less than what we currently have, so there's no real point in trying to contemplate a switch.
There's bodies in the streets.
Huntsman Pyro. Ooh, this would be slightly better. Huntsman Pyrokinetic switch to Scoundrel Aerothird Necromancer, and a massive armor level boost.
I heard that the paladins killed unarmed magisters. Didn't even
Initiative
let surrender.
boots.
Too loud.
Yeah,
Do you think the
it's
paladins
about
would
100
do to us
magic
if we
armor
heard you go
more.
wrong like that?
Summoning is totally worthless, so Huntsman Pyrokinetic. Scoundrel is extra critical hit damage. Hero of the Earth is constantly used. Necromancer is health, if nothing else. We can heal through attacking. So it might not be amazing, but it's still better than what we have. I'll take it. What else?
Giant Slayer. Back to refill your quiver, are you?
Nothing even remotely useful.
Nature.
Browse as you must, but do respect my wares. Proper handling requires nimble fingers.
Might finally get our belt. No. No, 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 no. Initiative, movement, hit points.
Hunters, I've got the wares you need.
There's one trader here, and then the elves. And then there are the traders at the lady. They might be the best ones available at this point. And that'll be a wrap as far as I'm concerned. We might not have the best possible gear available, but it's gonna be good enough. I'll settle for that. Okay. Skull Ring. Wit, Scoundrel, Air of the Earth, Necromancer, Air Resistance. Not bad. Not bad at all. It's level 20, piece 2. It is better than the ring we just bought. And that might be the best switched around too with it. Alternatively, we could get... No, no, no. No, 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 no. We're gonna replace the glorious ring with it. More or less, we're gonna switch the skills around a little bit. I'm preferring the Skull Ring over it because it also has Scoundrel, and Scoundrel increases damage we do with critical hits. Now that they're guaranteed, that makes a lot of sense. Actually, let me see the gloves. Initiative gloves, critical hit chance. Yeah, they're not particularly good gloves.
Come here, stranger.
Damage through critical hits. Critical multiplier 175%. Scoundrel 5. It simply applies to more types of attack. That's basically it. A single skill only applies to that spell school. But Scoundrel at this point basically adds the extra damage to everything. I think I'm also ceasing to do low level looting, random chest containers, things like that.
Welcome. What brings you by? Unhappy? He waves his... I create my own happiness. Find everything you wanted?
Just a lot of spells.
Good wishes, friend. Most marvelous magic, right?
You seek wisdom, I provide it.
+6 initiative. +1 scoundrel. +2 wits. We would basically lose some wits. But we would get more damage, more initiative, more immunities. I'm not sure I want to use this right this second, but I will buy it. If we can basically get a one-handed something that increases our critical hit chance, the wits lose a lot of its appeal. This would cause us to have +1 to initiative, +5% to damage, critical hit damage, and some immunities. But it's dependent on if we get a weapon. If not, then we'll keep what we currently have.
Hardly.
She takes you.
Strife does not unite us. We are done here. Academics and
Scion
intellectuals.
betrays kin. But I dare to hope that there is another. I dare to hope.
Right, this one was the best trader, but I don't think he gets a lot of new stuff.
I thought little for sale beyond the wisely chosen.
He gets the low quality stuff. So the people at the ship are my last hope at this point. Either you have something or we are done and we can't get
The statue
improvements.
reaches the bottom drop.
You're back! Good to see you again. Of course. Told you I would, didn't I? Up to you.
There should be at least 2 traders here.
You always bring me to such wonderfully destructive places. I'll never find somewhere quiet to settle down at this rate.
No one ever regretted having extra help in a fight. Guarantee you that.
Okay, where do you start getting level 20 gear? Here, initiative dodge. Critical hit chance, intelligence, metric ton of other crap. I need 15% at least, otherwise there's no point. Nothing worth mentioning. Where's the Redemon? Tarquin. Right, wrong person. Redemon is someone completely different.
You must truly savor my company, Godwoken. Something you wanted?
Tarquin's.
I dabble in all forms of learning, necromancy included. Can you really blame me for Dallas will she thinks what could possibly best the greatest act of necromancy ever
Well,
performed?
that was worth a lot of experience. And the anathema.
Here, take anathema and keep
Which
it
is
close.
it's
Without
it's
it, you are nothing
basically a
to
worthless piece of shit. You should think it a blot and then it's worthless. Not the only time this happened in this particular game though. Okay, where does level 20 gear
These
appear?
Godwoken are going to be the death of me.
Okay, that's quite a bit more gear than I thought. Okay, we're already at 20 at that point. Here, Axe of Evil. Battle gauntlets.
I'm growing soft, aren't I?
Beaver Initiative. Not a bad chess piece. Just nowhere near as good as the unique stuff.
Oh. Don't have many more of those on my sleeve.
A lot of this isn't terrible. But I wouldn't say it's really great for anyone either. They're so limited in what they do. Okay, Intelligence, Scoundrel, Geomancer, Perseverance, and an empty slot. But versus +5 Intelligence, Pyrokinetic and Geomancer. Yeah, this is fine, but that's +5 to Intelligence is hard to beat.
I'm growing soft,
Yep.
aren't I?
I think it's pretty much a wrap. Do we have some sort of obvious weakness we would like to patch up? I think the belt is one of those. I mean, +5 memory is nice, but we're not that attached to it. If I could increase damage through some means, that would be preferable. Another would be the weapon. This isn't bad, but it's not amazing either. Attaching a new pair of boots would help things a little bit. The biggest help for this would be if our physical armor gets annihilated. We are not nearly as susceptible to the status effects that usually screw you over. Knockdown being the biggest problem. You would be simply outright immune to it. So that's the main reason I want to hold on to that one. Yeah, I think we're done with any kind of inventory management at this point. I might make scrolls still, but I can't think of anything else. I did spend quite a lot of time on this again, so I don't think I want to take on a large target to take down. There are, when we go toward the doctor, there's at least a couple of sites like the, well, actually all three of those. Rebuilding has something. There's demonic moneylenders, murderous alchemist shopkeeper, some sort of a encyclopedia writer, and then these. I'm not sure if I want to tackle these. The thing is, I can do them a favor that earns me a little bit of experience. But there's no fighting or anything, there's just talking a little bit, and that'll be it. And I'm not sure if I can persuade anyone. So, what's the point? The encyclopedia guy is sort of similar. I'm not getting enough experience for it to matter in this game anymore. And I would get skill books out of it, in order if I answer correctly his questions. Which I might have to get wrong and load and all that. So basically I have very little to gain. Ooh, I do want to try some things here. The moneylender, how does it work? You basically get screwed over by her. I know that, but is there a way to screw her over? If I go to the seller here, I can just fight and end things. But what if we make the deal? What then? It's a demonic deal.
The proprietress gives you a sweet smile.
You look like someone who's ready for business.
Are you a trader?
You look like someone
Good
with
trader.
an eye for the main chance.
Only has level
like
20
someone
gear,
who
so that's
needs
something.
An investor.
We're not interested.
I knew it. Whatever you're... And I always... You understand, I'm sure. How much do you need?
Okay, loan me 150,000 gold.
I see. For that kind of money, my enterprising friend, I'll need to hear something of your business plan. Just the basic idea. Dispense with the details. Go on. Convince me.
So basically, if you would have persuasion, you might actually be able to milk this. Everyone else will have to make the same deal using less money, so less to gain. I'll try to... I'm the hero of the town.
All right. You've convinced me. We have a deal. Here are the terms. I lend you the gold, and you leave me a part of yourself. The contract is bonded by blood. The debt is repaid at 50%, or you die.
Sounds good to me. Naturally, I have no intention of paying. How the hell would I get the money anyway?
That's the original stake plus 1/2 repaid on demand, or you die. And know this, no one owes me money for long. That is, no one alive.
She smiles. She knows you believe her, or at least that you should.
Sure.
She reaches into the folds of her dress and produces an empty glass vial. She holds the vial up to you and locks her eyes on yours. The vial, you notice, begins to fill with a bright crimson liquid. A faint feeling flits over you and then is gone, and you realize that that blood is yours. And suddenly your purse feels heavier.
I hold your blood. No takebacks and no returns. And defaulters all die. Thank you for your custom. Please come again.
She smiles, her sweet smile, dips her head in farewell and turns away.
Don't try telling me you just wandered in here.
I did get the money, right? Uh, 100,000, 130,000. Yeah, I think we got most of the money at least, not all of it. Right, we need the vial back. There's no way I can pay any of this shit. Even if I could, I wouldn't. Vials are in the cellar, at least everyone else's vials were in the cellar. But that wasn't a game I didn't make the deal on. I'm not sure how this is gonna go. I don't want to risk anything happening, so I don't want to delay things too much. There might be a timer to this, where they're going to start insisting on payment, and then I'm in deep shit. What way to get there? I don't want to go to the house. I might have to use invisibility potions to get through. I would preferably try to get into basically get the vials first and then only then start a fight. Why the fuck can I just jump there? I don't see anything but invisibility being enough here. Pretty sure I'll hold on to thievery gear. We're gonna lose a lot of... No. Maybe we can do this another way. Trying to avoid losing memory slots. Our gauntlets are really terrible. I mean, Jesus Christ. Yeah, we might want to switch to the intelligence ones. Whatever. 10 turn invisibility potions should be I should have at least a couple of those. Yeah, let's put one there. This cannot fail. Actually, do I need to sneak if I'm invisible?
Remember that client? Lord,
Might be traps.
whatever it was.
Give me a break, will ya? Trying to sleep.
The look of surprise in his corpse. I mean, what did he expect?
If you secure a loan with blood, it gets repaid one way or another.
Shit.
If you secure a loan with blood, it gets repaid one way or another.
Okay, can I
If you secure a loan with blood, it gets repaid one way or another.
where's my blood? We retrieved our vial. Now we can renege on our debts.
What did he expect? Give me a break, will ya? Trying to sleep.
Can I just use it to get the blood back? Probably the essence with source. Right.
If you secure a loan with blood, it gets repaid one way or another.
Do I have good equipment? Hello, friends. How good are you? There's nothing good about them but you. Air and water resistance, but minor. Yeah, I'm not particularly worried. Sort of want to add moisture to this mess. We'll counter their resistances to it. Create a surface of electricity. He's the only one who wasn't stunned. Okay. What is she going to do? She can probably attack us.
I had your blood! Thief! Crook! Defaulter!
I'm pretty sure this fight would have ended there if I didn't steal my blood back first. Hello, friend. Nice little fight we had there.
She gives you a smile of the purest hate. Then she raises a hand and begins a silent incantation. You know that she is trying to boil your blood, but she cannot. Her power is gone. She tries to deflect as you tear at her source, but she is...
So this is basically a way to get every 150,000 gold. The thing is, though, there's no use for it, so it doesn't matter. It's a good thing to know, though. Sometimes you might be in desperate need of the extra money, especially with a bigger team. Nazad Hunola. More of a finesse-based system. The current armor we have has wits and intelligence and a rune slot. It has nothing else. Total 10 points in attributes that are useful to me. Intelligence and wits. The other one would have 6, 7, 8, 9. It would go down a little bit. The thing is, intelligence would go down by 2. Scoundrel would go up by 2. So in some sense, damage wouldn't really change all that much. We get the elevation bonuses. They're both fine armors, I guess. The thing is, if I don't have a reason to really seem like, ooh, that's a great upgrade, I don't want to upgrade. I really wish for a better pair of gauntlets, though. I do appreciate that you can turn the deal against the demon. Still a stupid deal to make. I'm not sure if we can't get another level though. We were standing at about 3 million just a moment ago, now we're at 2.6. And there are multiple things you could do. So I think there's a reasonable chance you could barely push to level 21. It's totally unnecessary naturally, but I'm curious, can it be done? That more or less just means we are going to probably scour the place for as many quests as possible, pick fights that might be unnecessary to get kills and so forth. I also sort of want to know if it can even be done. Not convinced that it can. So what exactly can we do here? Grey cat. Hello, Grey cat. Well, since we are killing things unnecessarily, animals would be the biggest thing that I've ignored so far. Depending on an animal, they can be worth a significant amount. Can't highlight anything.
You see yourself in the mirror. It's quite a sight.
Yeah, but why is there source in front of the mirror? I don't want to go to another fight, but maybe I can do this area here, the school.
This place had it coming. They brought the void upon themselves.
Right, there's a bewitched Muppet here, which we could kill. Earth resistance 50%. Again, not sure if we want the fight, if we can get experience through other means. As long as we get experience.
A puppet stands motionless before you, just like the one you can feel.
Please, leave me. I mean no harm. Not anymore. I do not. They gave me too much life. More than the others. They did not see. You call it our room of death. I fled when 2 others entered. There are many others. There are many leavers. Most spell death, but a select few spell power. Seek power. Hiding location compromised.
I wonder if it actually moves to a new location. Or is it just going to get removed? I'm not that desperate to having a fight with it though. More or less just curious. We need to talk to the headmistress of this place. Then drive out the unwanted guests in the house. Might involve a fight because my persuasion is terrible, but that's fine. It's perfectly fine.
I've had just about this place is already overrun.
He might not
with
appreciate
addicts
it,
and
but
orphans, and now I've got to
that
deal
hardly
with.
matters.
The woman shakes.
I should stop caring. What is it? Used to be a school. Then the void. Now it's this. I spent enough time. Do you know him? Is he? That sounds like if the squatters were gone, I could start fresh. Scour the place down, get the. Well,
Beryl hums a few.
Hopefully it doesn't lead to a fight, but anything that gives experience. 2.6 million is a lot though. We would have to stretch the existing sources of experience somehow.
Out, I dare say.
Look over there. Shiny light. Do you see them? The mist.
She bows towards nothing in particular, and
I'm not
the priest.
Lucian. I hear he bypassed.
The priest waves her arms through the air, drawing your attention to these non-existent skyquakes. She traces a circle on the floor with her left foot, then shakes her head. You're stymied by the foot gesture, but the head shake is more than clear.
I stay. Lucian is...
She bobs her head back.
I'm telling you, they're just jealous. You got a brain? Kick me out, though. All because I took some stupid plate from the staff, huh?
The girl winks at you.
Nick that from your pocket when we started talking. You should probably brush up on the old stealing skill. Here and there. Look, they may not want me around anymore, but I'm no snitch.
March for Lucian, flicker imps. He will guide us there.
She jerks the coin.
I've been one-upped, all right.
She points to the Thieves' Guild's
side. You're bound to stir up some trouble.
How the hell am I going to get you out? Beryl Griff asked us to help reclaim the schoolhouse.
Follow not the catman. His words are hot and black.
Dorothea, Caravan, Blobbrick, Beryl Griff, Bloodvial.
Flicker imps. He will guide us there to the Star Hall. The fog. Herbs and weeds, the gifts of Lucian. He makes me see and I hear bypass.
The priest waves her arms through the air.
No, and nothing and never. You are like our Hulu.
She bobs her head back.
I don't actually know how could I convince her.
My good one. All past is past and stays in past. Now is now and always now. What do you do?
And his memories are you can't stomach more, though Diliana is prodding you, pushing you. There is more to know, she insists, and motions to the lizard limb before you. You tentatively break a piece from the decaying limb and force it down your gullet, and then, horrors. Flashes of scaled
Enough!
The addict wipes the tears from his eyes and
all past is past, and stays in past. Ah, yeah.
He drops a lazy hand on your map, leaving a dent where you can apparently find the...
Follow not the catman. His words are hot.
Sister Chori, Drudanai addicted, excommunicated priest, town crier told us good counsel school. We sort of get upgrades to this, but nothing changes.
The fog can carry you.
Not quite sure how I'm supposed to, in a non-hostile way, get them out.
Herbs and weeds, the gifts of Lucian. He makes me see and hear more. The gold rays and the moon hush.
She bobs her head back and forth.
I'll leave it alone for now because I don't have a solution. I don't really want to start a fight. Anything else happening here?
Our sister goes on and on. I can't say I hear the
Not really. We should have been able to convince the priest, otherwise I don't think we can get anything done. I can always shapeshift my form to make it happen. But I will still need to get through a persuasion check, and I'm not sure if I can make that happen. And if I start a fight, that's yeah. I'll leave it for now. I'll talk with the encyclopedia guy and leave things at that. We might have to just murder them outright. Wouldn't be plan A, but that might be the case. $2.6 million. That's a lot. That is a lot. And probably forcefully push it to that point. I don't recall the answers to these questions, but I think I might be able to guess some of them.
I am Oh, come now. Ha! Ask me a real question, why don't you? The answer is Hubert Oak, of course. my near namesake.
I have no
A question for
recollection of
you.
these.
In what year did Lucian the Divine depart from us? Incorrect. Now perhaps you'd like to return. Do you mind?
I have no recollection at all. This will give us some experience and we'll get some loot items that are totally worthless. I suddenly have no interest in reading the answers through the books. There's like 4 questions if I recall correctly. Not all of them are some kind of date numbers. I have no idea even what year it currently is, so it's hard to make an educated guess at this point. Don't sit in the goddamn chair.
Greetings. Oh, come now. Ha! Ask me a real question, why don't you? The answer is Hubert Oak.
I think I chose that one.
My near namesake. A question for you. Correct. Time for a real challenge. Name the first king of the dwarves.
Tinax?
Clearly you have one final question. The sorcerer king from times of yore, Brachus Rex, had it well. I must confess, please. Allow me to invite you to join. Excellent.
Okay.
Quite
Less
simple.
troublesome than I
Once
thought.
you know the trick. Go on down. Beyond my sanctum, true intellect flourishes best in the dark.
Not even sure if we get any experience out of this. Honestly, it'd be better for me if I just murdered the guy
My
at that
sanctum.
point.
My pray tell me, what's the darkest, most...
With a mischievous twinkle in his eye, Cranley glances from you to some nearby skill books, rare ones. He raises an eyebrow. Impress him, and we might win a prize, it seems. Cranley Hubert's eyes bulge with amazement.
Oh!
He gestures absently for you to select from the skill books as your reward. It seems that without another word, he wanders away.
These are all terrible. Still, I don't have all of these. And a pair of boots. How do they compare?
So many books.
They're terrible.
Such little time.
As is tradition. Where's the guy? Didn't really get anything. Not disappointing. You don't give a crap what belonged to you. Was it worth any experience? I don't really see it.
The spirit looks at his own translucent.
What the hell are these poems? It doesn't look like I got anything no matter what I do here. So that's all around waste of time. Any keys? Some sort of treasure items, that's it. What is this? Strange book I read at the Lizard Consulate. Ah yeah, they're dragons. More or less a waste. Waste. How the hell am I gonna turn the 2.6 million XP? Well, I don't have to really, but I'm curious. How far would I need to go and push things to get there? I think there might be extra treasure somewhere here.
What's this? I found something.
Master safe. Now when we talk about save, what exactly are you talking about? Okay, for God's sake, just throw it somewhere. Really? Really? Can't... oh, for fuck's sake. Pick it up then. I'm pretty sure it was here. Maybe. But you can't automatically see it. Maybe behind some other painting. Well, there's at least extra place downstairs. Chest we couldn't open. Or would it open this one? It's not exactly a safe though, is it? The game is a little bit unclear what it refers to when it talks about safes. Now this is definitely a chest. No one would call that a safe. Safe would be somewhere attached to something a little bit different. Still, it's not like I can discover anything new, and we did now have a key to that, so... maybe it is it. Either way, experience points wise, this was a waste. Right. I'll leave things here and we'll do the doctor the next time. But let's see if we can wrap up any smaller task afterward. The doctor is the last big thing that I think we can tackle. Then the consulate has some things, but not nearly as much as the doctor. What is that? Hidden Druidane. Okay. When did I get something like that? I want to check it now, otherwise I'll forget it. What is Hidden Druidane? I don't recall Druidane here. There was a weird looking yarrow flower. It's the only thing that was there. Yeah, I don't get it. There doesn't appear to be anything here. Is it supposed to be up here? I mean, there literally is nothing that I can interact with. So even assuming it's not exactly there, there's just nothing. Maybe I dug it up at some point, but I don't recall any such thing. Can I just use the shovel without spotting anything?
Nothing here.
At least that's a possibility. Actually, I'm surprised not all of the treasure hunts are done like this.
Nothing here.
I'll take your word for it. There was a special looking yarrow flower somewhere there. I don't recall exactly where it was. I think I'll pick that place one more time. Leave it at that.
All that digging for nothing.
Well, we gave it a shot.